Hi guys, how are you? I think you are fine. Stay home, stay safe. So all are in your home. So according to university instructions, we are going to conduct online classes. So today I am going to deal with the Unit 9 endocrine system. Endo means within. Secretion means within. So endocrine system they pour their secretions directly into the blood. Those secretions are called as hormones. Endocrine system, endocrine glands, they secrete hormones directly into the blood. So they are called as endocrine glands. Some of the endocrine glands are there in our body. Today we are going to discuss about the main gland, that is a pituitary gland. So the pituitary gland, sometimes called as hypophysis, it is a small gland that dangles from the base of the brain like a pea on a string. That dangles means swing freely like pea on a string. Pea on a string means that pea on a తీగ మీద బఠానీ గింజ వేలాడినట్టు. So several hormones are produced by the hypothalamus are stored here and then they are released into the blood. Its location is it sits just beneath the base of the brain behind the bridge of the nose, or it lies in the hypophyseal fossa of the sphenoid bone below the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, infundibulum, optic chiasma, anterior lobe and posterior lobe. Anterior lobe is also called as adenohypophysis and posterior lobe is called as neurohypophysis and pars digitalis. It is a size of a pea. The pituitary gland is size of a pea. The anterior pituitary gland is in front lobe of the pituitary gland, which is found at the floor of the brain, that is called as sella turcica. The pituitary gland is oval in shape. It measures about 8 millimeters anterior-posteriorly and 12 millimeters transversely. Its weighs about 500 milligrams. The hypophysis cerebri or pituitary gland is one of the most important endocrine gland. It produces several hormones, some of which are profoundly influence the activities, which are referred to as. So that's why the pituitary gland is referred to as master of the endocrine gland. Its activity is influenced by hypothalamus and the pineal body. So see the pituitary gland with its blood supply and anatomical relations. Optic chiasma, tuber cinereum, hypothalamus, superior hypophyseal artery, inferior hypophyseal artery, and adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis, that is the posterior lobe of pituitary gland. Adenohypophysis is the anterior lobe of pituitary gland. Pars intermedia, portal capillary network, sphenoid sinus, and sella turcica, sphenoid bone, memory body of diaphragmatic sella. Superiorly, it has diaphragmatic sella, optic chiasma, tuber cinereum, infundibular axis of the recess of the third ventricle. Inferiorly, the pituitary gland is having irregular venous channels between the two layers of dura mater lining the floor of the hypophyseal fossa and sphenoid air sinuses. And arterial supply of the pituitary gland is one superior hypophyseal artery on each side, one inferior hypophyseal artery on each side. Each superior hypophyseal artery supplies ventral part of hypothalamus and upper part of infundibulum and lower part of the infundibulum through a separate long descending arch. That branch is called as trabecular artery. This is the arterial supply to the pituitary gland. Next comes to venous drainage to the pituitary gland. The short veins which are emerge on the surface of the gland and drain into the neighboring dural venous sinuses. The hormones pass out of the gland through the venous blood and that are carried to the target organs. This is the venous drainage of the pituitary gland. Next comes to the anterior lobe has two types of cells, namely chromophores and chromophils. The exact function of the chromophores is not known. Chromophils are the cells which produce hormones. Chromophils are the granular secretory cells and are further divided into basophils. Basophils, these are gonadotrophs. They secrete follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. And next comes to thyrotrophs. They secrete thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone stimulate growth and vascular supply of the thyroid gland. It increases the rate of the thyroid hormone production. Next comes to corticotrophs. They secrete adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone controls the growth and secretion of zona fasciculata and zona reticularis of the adrenal gland. Next comes to acidophils. Acidophils secrete memotrophs and somatotrophs. Memotrophs they produce prolactin and somatotrophs they produce growth hormone. The release of the anterior pituitary hormone produced by the hypothalamus that are conveyed to the gland, that is pituitary gland, through the pituitary portal system of blood vessels. There are several hormones secreted by the adenohypophysis, that means anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, that are growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, prolactin, gonadotropic hormone, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. These are the hormones which are secreted by the anterior pituitary gland and adenohypophysis. Anterior pituitary controls the water balance in the body, controls growth and metabolism, and influence the sexual behavior. This anterior pituitary gland stimulate growth and maturation of the gonads. The pituitary gland, anterior pituitary gland secretes what are the hormones that are, what are the target hormones? Target organs. Growth hormone. Growth hormone target organ is most of the tissues are the target organs for the growth hormone. Next is thyroid stimulating hormone. The target organ is thyroid gland. Adrenocorticotropic hormone. The target organ is adrenal cortex. Next comes to prolactin. Prolactin and target organ is breast. Follicle stimulating hormone. Target organs are ovaries and testes. Luteinizing hormone. Their target organs are ovaries and testes. Next, let us comes to discuss about one by one. Starting from growth hormone. This is the growth hormone. Growth hormone is synthesized by the adenohypophysis, that is the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. It releases, its release is stimulated by growth hormone releasing factor. GHRF means growth hormone releasing factor, that is somatotropin, and is inhibited by the growth hormone releasing inhibitory hormone, that is somatostatin, both secreted by the hypothalamus. Growth hormone promotes growth of the skeleton, muscles, connective tissues and organs such as kidneys, muscles, connective tissue and organs such as kidneys, liver, intestines, pancreas and adrenal glands. Its increased secretion is stimulated by the exercise, anxiety, sleep and hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia means low level of the glucose level. When the glucose level is below normal, it is called as hypoglycemia. Next comes to thyroid stimulating hormone. The hormone is synthesized by the adenohypophysis, that is the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, and its release is stimulated by the thyrotropin releasing factor from the hypothalamus. It stimulates growth and activity of the thyroid gland, which secretes the hormones tyrosine T4 and triiodothyronine 3,3. Inhibition of the thyroid gland secretion hormone is by somatostatin from the hypothalamus. Next comes to adrenocorticotropic hormone. Corticotropin releasing factor from the hypothalamus promotes the synthesis and release of adrenocorticotropic hormone by the adenohypophysis, that is the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. This adrenocorticotropic hormone stimulates the flow of blood to the adrenal cortex to secrete the hormone glucocorticoids. Next comes to prolactin. Prolactin is also known as a lactogenic hormone. Target cell is mammary gland, that is a breast mammary gland. This hormone has direct effect on the breast immediately after parturition. Parturition means immediately after childbirth. That immediately after childbirth is called as parturition. Sucking stimulates the prolactin secretion. Prolactin together with estrogens, corticosteroids, insulin and thyroxine is involved in initiating and maintaining the lactation. Next comes to gonadotropic hormones. The anterior lobe secretes gonadotropic or sex hormones in males and females. The first one is follicle stimulating hormone and then luteinizing hormone. Female gonadotropic hormones. Follicle stimulating hormone stimulates the development and ripening of the ovarian follicles. During its development, the ovarian follicle secretes its own hormone, that is called as estrogen. As the level of the estrogen in the blood increases, so the follicle stimulating hormone secretion is reduced. Next comes to luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone in females promotes the final maturation of the ovarian follicle and ovulation. Its main function is to promote the formation of corpus luteum, which secretes the secondary ovarian hormone, that is progesterone. In males, the gonadotrophic hormone helps in the follicle stimulating hormone, stimulates the epithelial tissue of the seminiferent tubules in the testes to produce spermatozoa. The luteinizing hormone stimulates the interstitial cells in these testes to secrete the hormone testosterone. In male, luteinizing hormone helps in the to stimulate the epithelial tissues of the seminiferous tubules in the testes to produce spermatozoa. The luteinizing hormone stimulates the interstitial cells in these testes to secrete the hormone testosterone. Next comes to neurohypophysis. Neurohypophysis is other called as posterior lobe of the pituitary gland. This posterior lobe of the pituitary gland is composed of secretory cells which are called as pituicytes and nerve fibers which arises from the cells in the hypothalamus. These cells are, that means these nerve fibers which are arises from the hypothalamus, the supraoptic nucleus and the paraventricular nucleus. These hormones, the posterior pituitary gland releases two hormones, that is oxytocin and antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone is otherwise called as vasopressin, that are synthesized by the cells of the hypothalamus and migrate along the nerve fibers to the posterior pituitary lobe where they are stored in the nerve endings. Each hormone is released in response to different stimulus. What are those two hormones? First one is the oxytocin. Oxytocin promotes contraction of the uterine muscle and contraction of the myoepithelial cells of the lactating breast. Squeezing breast into the large ducts behind the nipple. In late pregnancy, the uterus becomes very sensitive to oxytocin. The amount secreted is increased just before and during labor and by sucking the baby. This oxytocin amount is increased. Secretion is increased before and during labor and by the sucking baby. Antidiuretic hormone is also called as vasopressin. It increases the permeability of water to the distal convoluted and collecting tubules of the nephrons of the kidneys. As a result, the reabsorption of water from the glomerular filtrate is increased. So this is the function of the antidiuretic hormone. Thus, that comes to end of the pituitary gland. So we will continue in the next session.